welcome to episode 30 of the Ready Game Fire podcast. I'm your host, Chris Fox. With me today are Nick Deering.
Hello.
Mike Power.
Yeah, I thought it was one of our funny intros.
And Jamie Rathbone.
Hello.
Because I was going to say that's an Amuser King intro, Chris.
You can say that.
But you didn't introduce it in a kind of funny way.
My voice is always quite funny.
Stars, we need to go on with terrible puns.
It's another milestone for us, i.e. 30, multiples of 10. So, yeah,
as well.
the special ones.
Yeah. 15 twos.
Well, we did, number one was obviously really special.
Yeah, it was very special. I was there.
Don't listen to it, though.
No, God, no.
Don't listen to it,
Nothing before episode
6.
30.
I say 6.
30.
30?
Nothing before episode 30.
Christ almighty.
This is where we start.
10 we did it at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, story games.
Episode 10 at 10. 20 was obviously really good.
Yeah,
A two-parter.
Best games.
Top 20 games. And today is...
This is just the best of, like a compilation.
Yeah.
Clip show.
Remember this clip? But yeah, anyway, today we give you our top 20 list of our collected favourite video game music tracks that us four and many others have contributed to. So it's we've had a lot of diverse lists and they've all kind of come together.
And Max list as well.
Oh, he likes his Final Fantasy.
This is much more comprehensive than the top 20 games. That was like 5 people or something. This is like 10.
Yeah,
This
but
is big.
So I guess this is definitively the best.
It is. It's definitive. Like, I mean, there's similar to top 20 games. There's not a point doing another list about music ever again for anyone.
We've had a few listeners contribute their
Oh, I didn't see those. Yeah,
their picks as well.
They're not going to make it in, so they know that, right?
No, we're not going to reference them.
Taken a long time.
Yeah, and Mike's done all the work on this, like adding it all up and tallying it.
I did quite a lot of work as well.
Nick's my moderator.
Nick did a lot.
Little flaws.
You did a lot of complaining, didn't you?
Little whining.
Yeah. So we all put in a shift.
If they
saw the Excel document, they would know exactly like why I'm.
Hey, he's made it better
in this position.
Someone's got to be there watching my back, and that's Nick Deering.
Yeah. In fairness, the drop downs were fucking spot on.
Made my life easy at the end, that's for sure. There we go. We'll hear that in a bit, won't we?
Yeah, we will. In the meantime, though, let's blow through some second-hand news.
This is the news.
This is the news.
There's a right. So for some people, the current Fez patch erases all of their save data.
Yeah, you think you'd fix that, wouldn't you?
Who make Fez?
Polytron.
And Polytron
Nice.
have come out and said what, Jamie?
They've said, Microsoft charges too much money. Oh, we can't patch it.
Hey, they've paid Microsoft. Hey, man, they've paid Microsoft big bucks to be exclusive on 360 because that's how it works.
It costs a lot to patch a game, but like we're talking a few thousand. I mean, they
First
sold
patch
a
is
lot.
free.
Yeah,
And then after that, it's
they've sold a
40,000 or
lot
something?
of.
Or 10,000?
It's not that much.
10,000.
It's a lot, but they've sold a fuckload of copies on Xbox at Fez. It's done well, and Microsoft supported them, put their game out, and now I don't know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get Steam to be like, okay, we'll help you, little Fez. We'll help you.
Yeah, but so if they're not going to patch it for the people who are affected, that's bad.
Yeah, very bad. Well, if you start a new game, you're not affected, but obviously you lose all your progress if it has affected you up to that point. So
doesn't it affect you if you're very close to the end as well?
yes,
rather than anybody.
it specifically targets people that are right at the end.
It's a long game.
Don't
as well,
say that. You're saying like when you say targeted, it makes
It makes it sound perfect. Yeah,
But this is what surprised me. So the fact is they've put the patch in, but it cost too much to do. So they've re-released the patch that was broken, and Microsoft let that go because it affects like 0.01% of people. But when it does, it fucks them up big time.
And that's no kind of attitude at all in this kind of climate.
It's been reported
patch
enough.
it, yeah, patch it, and then because even if it is a handful of users, they're forever going to have a really poor outlook on that company.
Yeah.
And the game is brilliant actually. So it was really weird to hear. I don't know why they can't just man up and pay the piper.
Is there not like a tiered system to this?
They have paid the piper billions to be exclusive.
Yeah. What about how much money they had when they started? I bet.
No, they're bankrupt now.
Very weird story. But
is there no sort of tiering to this though, where like arcade, you pay less for a patch on the arcade.
They made some breaks with indie games, but this is still an arcade game technically, so it's the similar thing. A patch costs so much money.
Yeah, I mean, it'd still go through the same process, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's not cheap to
It's not expensive.
submit your
though.
games to.
Comparatively to how many the money they
The
must
thing
have
is,
made
it's
from
like
it.
to discourage people from patching too much. I
Yeah.
guess though.
Yeah.
It's not really about the money so much more.
But when
it
it's
is
this
about
serious,
discouraging
yeah,
patches
yeah.
on consoles.
Yeah. When it's this serious,
So
though.
some concessions could be made. Do you not reckon to arcade
Well,
games?
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
they have to
smaller
pay the same
games,
amount of
yeah.
money as Bethesda do to patch Skyrim.
but it's,
seems a bit-
it's the same thing though.
Why
isn't
shouldn't they though? Because it goes through the same process at Microsoft.
Make your game
exactly the
finish as
same
well.
Well,
certification.
if they're
and
using it as like a deterrent for patching,
it? Sure.
then if it is paying for the process, then that's a different story. But
Yeah.
if it's purely as a deterrent,
It's another one of these situations, though, where, there's a lot of ins and outs in terms of procedure and submission or whatever, but as always, the consumer is the one getting fucked. Fez users, imagine if you're right near the end and you've just lost your game, that's going to piss you off, and now when the next game from
Polytron.
From the next game from the Polyphonic Spree come
Polytron.
out, you're going to be thinking, well, maybe not this time. No.
Yeah, but I think a lot of obviously indie developers, they're kind of they're getting down on Sony and Microsoft for their very strict legislation where compared to like Steam have been able to patch within straight away, no charge. So if anything, this is a good thing. It's putting pressure on Microsoft hopefully to
I think they
give
should go
up the
hard.
shit.
Steam go hard with Microsoft.
Steam don't have a proper process though.
No,
do
they just get
I think
fucked.
It's like Atari all
you
over
just
again.
put it on.
But it's
basically,
working.
so-
I mean, look how successful Steam is. It's not like that. It's not like they're an iPhone store. People putting fake stuff. It's monitored. It's structured. But it's also good for people to put good stuff out
Fake
there.
stuff.
The games.
Are you telling me
monitored.
the Zelda Doodle Jump rip-off I've got on
It's
my iPhone is not?
Nintendo legit. Sorry, mate.
I saw a great App Store sort of homage, I'll call it.
Yeah.
It was called Minecart 64,
Yeah.
and the logo was done in the Mario Kart font,
Yeah, nice.
and it was
Minecart.
it was Minecraft. It was basically Minecraft.
A mine
You
clone.
drive around in
Jesus.
minecarts,
That's cool.
and it had Bowser it had actual Bowser on the logo and everything.
Pull that.
Is this- can I still get it?
Shameless. Yeah, you can search for it. I guess.
Woo!
Minecart
Cart.
64. Yeah.
Right, moving on. Ouya. Yeah, what does that mean? It means there's a new console called the Ouya coming out. Shit name, but very potentially interesting.
Sounds good.
Did you hear the soundbite they've released? What it'll sound like when it starts up? It's quite scary. It's like
Ouya! What, like out of a little speaker on the console?
I don't know,
or
mate.
on the TV?
I don't know enough about this. All I know is what it sounds like. No, it's being funded by Kickstarter. It's raised like $5 million now, isn't
Doesn't
it?
it have like a quad-core processor? Or something
But
in
it's
there?
the size of a Rubik's cube. I know
It
that
seems
much.
strange you get one for $99. That seems quite low. I don't know about like, R&D costs and all
And
that
then
sort
you're
of
supposed
stuff.
to you'll be able to like hack it yourself. Not hack it like.
Like you can like do whatever you want.
Yeah,
it's Android.
it's
or
got like a
console
dev
thing,
kit
isn't
on it, basically, hasn't it? or something?
Very hackable, yeah. Okay, so NVIDIA Tegra 3 quad-core ARM processor, 1 gig of RAM, 8 gig of internal flash storage, HDMI connection, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Ethernet port, 1 USB 2.0, wireless controller sporting 2 analog sticks, D-pad, 8 action, blah, 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 and it's Android-powered, 4.0, ice cream sandwich. Obviously, I've got an iPhone. I got no idea what that fucking means.
Yeah. I know. Any translation from you guys?
It's the operating system.
Sweet,
yeah.
sweet.
Jelly
operating
Bean is
system.
the newest one, I think.
OS, mate. OS. I like it.
Take us seriously. Take us seriously. Please download Ice Cream Sandwich. Actually, it does sound
But
delicious.
they're also like still kind of petitioning for games because they haven't got any games yet.
And they're saying that everything will be free or be free in some form. So basically, what that means is everything will have a demo.
How much was it? It's isn't it £100 or something?
$100.
Yeah,
$100, $100 dude.
Which seems really cheap to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It is. That's because it is.
But how many have they sold at this point? Like,
It's not made yet, is it?
Yeah, they haven't even
They're
made it
kickstarting.
yet.
I know they're expecting it to be out by March.
Really?
Yeah.
Next year.
Fucking hell.
Or
I
two.
know it's optimistic.
What was the deal with the Kickstarter? Was like if you donate $100, you get a
You get the thing. Yeah, you get the Ouya. The first like 1,000 people could donate $95 and get one, and then after that it's $99.
But you can't even. I mean, the thing that's mental is you can't put out a console for $5 million. Even the $5 million they made, that's not enough to put out a console, manufacture it,
I know exactly.
develop it, produce it, make money off it. So they
And
must
now
have
you've
more.
got to give out like however many thousands that you've
It's weird
promised
to me.
out already.
It's exciting that a new console's throwing themselves into the fray. I mean, I know it's not the same in any way, shape, or form, but people laughed at Microsoft when they entered the console race.
Sure.
But it does. It just kind of reminds me of the OnLive console.
It reminds me of the Phantom. Do you remember that?
No, what was the Phantom?
Does anyone remember the Phantom?
Was the guy with strength of 10 tigers?
It was like the download only console.
on the PSP Go.
When was
It
it?
like disappeared.
Oh, okay, what was it?
Download only console coming soon in 2004.
Pretty much, yeah. It was announced like that long ago, and they expected to have it out like 2006. Didn't happen, and then it was like 2007.
I feel
didn't
sorry
happen,
for those
and it
guys.
Just vanished.
Things that are ahead of their time, because the Dreamcast was ahead of its time in many ways.
And then it had
Line
to
out the
compromise
box,
by
wasn't
having like a 56k modem.
Like, as with any console, though, it's like lives or dies on its software, doesn't it? So
It's really exciting. It's potentially amazing. Watch this space, I guess.
It's already got the whole of Android. That software
good, I guess.
already there. Isn't it?
Android, all those famous Android games. I'm trying to remember them. Oh yeah, Fruit and Samurai.
Minecart 64.
Angry Chickens. No, they got Angry Birds, didn't they?
Yeah, they did get that.
And Minecart 64, yeah. All right. So that was Kickstarter, you say. Nick, is there any other Kickstarters we should be concerned about?
I heard that there was one for Bad Dudes come up. I heard this the other day.
Bad Dudes? That's
Bad
the game
Dudes.
with
They
the...
don't sound very nice.
I had Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja on the NES. One of the only games I had for like 91 to 92 or something.
Referenced in that Lost Prophets song, obviously. Karen.
Is it?
Yeah.
What, Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja?
The song's
or
called
just-
Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja, so they
Okay.
meshed two games together.
Yeah, and I found out.
Was that actually it?
Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not shitting
I
you.
love that song.
Shinobi versus
that
Dragon
really-
Ninja. Shinobi and
I heard Shinobi, I never assumed it was necessarily game related, but it's literally... Wow, my entire life has changed.
But yeah, I found out many years later that the game was shit, apparently. And I loved it as a kid.
I loved
By
it.
conventional
You
standards.
don't know that, do you, when you're playing it when you're little? And...
I knew it was fucking awesome. You know?
Well, then it was
That's what I
fucking
knew.
awesome.
I
So
loved
it was
Toki.
fucking awesome.
And I loved Risky Woods, because I bought Risky Woods at a boot sale for my Mega Drive. And no one else has ever heard of it. And I looked up reviews, and they're not great. But I loved it. And but like I said to you earlier on before we started recording, when you're young, you have to be happy with what you're given because you're given very little, and you're also a lot more easily pleased, I think.
Yeah.
The game's
Indeed.
last.
But so there isn't a Kickstarter for Two Crude Dudes. It's just Bad Dudes.
Just Bad Dudes, yeah. Just
They'll
Bad
do, I
Dudes.
suppose.
What's the deal? How much they're looking for? How far they got?
No idea.
No idea, but it's happening.
Some money. They're after some money to make Bad Dudes.
That's good. I'm after some money.
The Little Big Planet karting beta has gone from closed to wide open. So now we can talk about it. I will go first, Mike. 'Cause
Go for it.
I believe it's
Yeah.
just you and me who've played it.
Sure.
But the grapple hook works great.
I've only played it for a little bit today, so you probably know more than I do. I haven't played the grapple hook yet, so yeah.
Yeah,
Buzz on.
the grapple hook is great. Okay, so it's made by the Mod Nation team.
Yep.
Also known as United Front Games.
Oh, no one knows that.
I applaud them because Mod Nation, they were trying to do different things, which in the kart racing genre you may as well not do. But they tried, and they had a different boosting system, and it never really worked. So now you've got the Mario Kart Power Slide boost system. But it works really
feels
well.
lovely,
It works great. It handles great. It looks brilliant. Some of the tracks on there are wicked. Let's hope it's got really decent online because Mod Nation Mod Nation had a lot of problems. One was loading times. Go.
It's surreal, like booting it up, and obviously if you played a lot of Little Big Planet, it's exactly the same when you boot in.
Yeah.
And it's weird that then you just kind of in your cart rather than going to the thing, and all the levels are kart based. And yeah, it looks great.
It's a solid car racer though. So like we were talking about earlier, we've got Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing Transformed and Little Big Planet karting hitting at the same time. So fans of the karting genre
That's set up.
would be
And Minecart 64.
Oh my god, the score's already there for your pleasure.
all over that.
How many
Yeah.
players are we looking at in LB?
I don't actually know yet, but it's gonna.
Little Big Planet karting?
Definitely 8 at the very least.
8 player.
That's what I saw in the beta. And again, in like Little Big Planet, you create your tracks, load into it. If people are playing, you can jump in. When you play Little Big Planet, you don't necessarily want to jump in with other people, randoms playing like a level because it's a platform. You don't want people to drag you down. But you'll jump into some guys in the middle of a kart race where they're flying over a mountain and shooting each other. Jump straight into that midway through, and
More competitive.
there's it's a cool idea, and it looks brilliant. It looks like Little Big Planet.
Also, Codemasters are making a karting game as well. So
The F1 karting
yeah,
game, yeah.
and Codemasters obviously. I mean, I know they were the publisher, but they bought us Micro Machines back in the day. So it's nice to see them move back into that the party, more of a party racer.
I don't know if
which is my
F1
preference.
karting though does that attract any interest? I mean, F1 is successful because it's that realistic.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Yeah, because it's either super realistic or you want karting. You like to find a halfway house in between that.
What a big-headed Lewis Hamilton. This looks freaky.
Yeah.
It does look strange in this trailer.
And speaking of karting, we've been having some community games in the Ready Game Fire Mario Kart room. So please join us next time. Obviously, find out when and where it's happening. Well, you know where, on your sofa. But you'll find out when it's happening through Facebook and Twitter. But if you want to jot this down now, the code for the Ready Game Fire Mario Kart 7 community room is 67-6199 6513-3986. So once you've joined that, it'll be in your favourites. And we want to get as many people in there as we can, so we've got a nice high scoreboard going. Because at the moment, Annie O'Brien, don't know who that is in the lead. So
I'll stop leaving my 3DS at work and be ready next time.
stop leaving it at work. Why are you leaving it at work? Who are you street passing when
Loads
it
of people.
stays in your desk? No one.
Loads of people.
No one.
People sneaking at night. I get
I'll
all
be getting off.
All the cleaners.
all the cleaners and burglars street pass like crazy.
We've been robbed again. How do you know? Street pass, and they're all wearing stripy jumpers.
Caught 'em.
Oh, that was more news there. A Rocksteady Batman prequel has been announced. Not happy about it?
Not been now, says it. It's still rumoured, heavily rumoured.
Oh, was it only rumoured?
Yeah.
Well, they
heavily
were saying it might be Justice League for a while. Not Justice League, sorry. Justice League.
Warner Bros. Seem to be having a plan. They realise they can't quite copy the Marvel approach, but they're going to try and build up to a Justice League film by kind of doing it through other media. So you're going to have there's a cartoon Batman and there's a Lego Batman and Superman film coming out.
No, it's a Lego film.
It's a Lego film.
But it's got Lego Batman in it, voiced by Job Bluth.
Yes, yeah.
Really?
It's brilliant.
Who's
Well,
Joe
on
Bluth?
Have you not seen Arrested Development, Nick?
No.
Have you never seen Arrested Development?
There he is. He's on. You've got treats, Eddie. You got
I know. Like I've heard many good things many
Yeah.
times about it,
Get on
and it's
that,
one of those ones that I need to catch up
you
on.
have little tasty snacks there.
Well, the actor's name is Will Arnett, and his Batman voice is obviously going to be great.
I've not heard it. He's in Lego Batman now, I presume.
He's
No,
not in Lego
he's
Batman,
not, but
the
he
game.
will be playing Lego Batman in the movie. So that's
Okay.
cool in the Lego movie.
And they're
Lego Batman.
they're kind of building up to Justice League through this. So they got that game
Injustice.
Injustice. So they're building up to Justice League through other things, and hopefully eventually people will be ready for Justice League film because they'll get so used to the Justice League and fucking DC Lego Batman and Injustice and Batman Dark Knight Rises.
Injustice is a fighting game featuring DC characters made by NetherRealm again, the Mortal Kombat guys.
It looks cool. Though.
Who wants to play a DC fighter based on
good,
the
man.
Mortal Kombat engine, man? Seriously.
I bought.
Who wants to play Mortal Kombat?
Exactly.
You didn't like the last one.
I don't like any of them.
I'm not bloody 12 years old again. You know. Oh look, he's pulled someone's head off. There's blood and gore.
Yeah.
Wicked.
He's fucking the stump now. See, you like that?
But again, then if this Silver Age Batman happens, and again
Yeah.
that'll be another thing. But I don't want to see Rockstar. I don't want to see it.
I'm gutted. I wish I would have preferred the rumoured Turtles game.
Yeah.
Because
would have been
imagine
great,
a 4-player co-op
man.
Turtles game by Rocksteady with Arkham City-esque combat.
In an open world. I'm going to the sewers. Come on.
Bagsy Michelangelo. That's
No,
all I'm saying.
fun.
That's
that.
mine already, so...
Oh, got two-
I bagged that a while ago, I think.
Hold on, am I surrounded by 3 Michelangelo fans?
Are you actually?
sounds
So
like it.
Hey, there you go. You dissed him so bad. But here's 3 people who know
No,
exactly.
he did diss him so bad.
He knows
Imagine if
the
they
best
were all
time.
like
He's
that.
a party dude, man.
Yes,
What the
well,
fuck
they
are you
wouldn't
talking
get
about?
anything done. He's a slacker. He's a jokester.
Yeah, but
Hello,
he
the
always-
Technodrome is huge. Take it seriously.
He always trips and falls onto the right button
Whoa.
that blows things up. It's brilliant.
Have you guys seen Turtles Forever?
Oh, what's that?
Can we watch it on? Turtles Forever was something that was done for the 20th or 25th anniversary of Turtles, and it's an animated movie.
CGI one.
No, it's just animated. Well, obviously it's all done in computers these days, but it's basically what every Turtle fan who are of our age growing up will just absolutely love it because there's a lot of cool references in there, and it's brilliant.
What's the art style? Is it like that one?
I don't want to say anymore because I don't want to spoil it. But Ready Game Fire, Sonny Modee recommended this to me, and I watched it with Steve Edwards, and we were blown away.
I will check that out.
This is on the news, but this is literally a 2-second news bit. I just found out the other day that one of the Wachowski brothers, director of The Matrix, has turned into a woman.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, Larry Wachowski is now Lana.
Are you serious?
The very lovely sounding Lana Wachowski.
Had a sex op. Wow.
Yeah.
Transgender.
So it's the Wachowski twins? Or that
Yeah,
one?
what twins for the Wachowski siblings.
You think that's a man you're kissing now? Now, it's time for Ready Game Fire's episode 30 spectacular special of our top 20 video game music tracks of all time that we... how many people contributed?
50. 9.
Somewhere between 2 and 50.
Yeah.
About 9 or 10.
Yeah.
But 10 of us, we each made a 20-track playlist, and we passed them around, didn't we? And everybody voted so it's very democratic, like we did with our games.
Yeah, big list. Everyone ranked each other's, and I've compiled the scores for how they ranked each person's list. And
Yeah, arduous.
it was arduous. Well, I think arduous for you. Jesus Christ.
You're not pronouncing RGF.
Yeah,
Right.
the big thing, and actually it was a very good point that we didn't do with the top 20 games, was multiple games that got nominated in different lists just kind of got multiple scores.
Yeah.
We basically put everyone who got voted more than once into the top list, whereas here we just took the highest score it got across your list. So
Which
if you
is
voted,
fairer.
which is very good actually. I was apprehensive, but actually it worked really well, and it still meant that those games were more likely to get a higher score, but it kept everything very close.
Yeah.
So it's lovely. So I'm pretty chuffed.
So Mike's the only one who's seen the final list.
And I'm not even sure what I saw, to be honest.
You're not even.
No.
He's not even sure what he saw. So,
So
now,
excited.
Now I'm very happy that we've left it in his hands.
Yeah.
But so this is a surprise to all of us, as well as you, dear listeners, and superfan Jason.
Is it
Jason.
several weeks of voting, ranking, and
Yeah,
stripping and listening
because
and making playlists?
Because it's like when you're presented with 10 playlists or of 20 tracks each.
Brilliant tracks.
You've
as well,
got to. It's not a quick job like Nick has been complaining about.
But he's been grueling over it. He did a good
Yeah.
job.
You can't just listen to a song once and go, yeah, 9 out of 10 that song. You have to absorb it, think about it, reflect on it, listen to it at different seasons.
But the other good thing, Steve sent quite an email. He kind of gave his opinion because he looked at all that and kind of said what he thought. He took the different eras of games and kind of said what he thought were the best soundtracks. Those eras on the list, and it was
What I quite
good,
like is
so-
everyone's got their own kind of self-imposed rules for how they do their lists. Like, I only want to represent. I'll do one song from a franchise, or or decades and stuff like that. And then you've got James McNerney, who delivered his top 20 Final Fantasy list, and then went on about not having a diverse final list.
To be fair, I can't blame him. There's some good shit in
There is.
Final Fantasy.
Nick, what was your method towards the end for ranking the songs?
Like filter all the Final Fantasy ones, put those as
and
number 20,
and the
and the Metal Gear
Yeah.
Solid ones. Put
Yeah,
those
I
as
saw you
20.
really hammered.
send them to the bottom.
Hammered Metal Gear, I couldn't
send
believe
send
that.
those to the bottom, and then I pick out the rest. Really,
Nice, nice.
They're all like 6 to 10 minutes long as well, whereas mine was like 3-minute chiptune bangers. Get them in, hit it down, get them out.
Chris Evans provided the shortest piece of music with the Pac-Man intro music.
yeah,
like 6
that was
seconds or something.
Well, I've got the rank. I've got the rank here. It was 139 songs in total individually, so we won't do all of them. We'll do the top
What
20,
songs?
and here we go.
What's the bottom track though as
The
well?
bottom track.
That's
Do you want to
interesting.
start with the bottom track, or do you?
I think we should.
We should just find out what the bottom.
But,
track
What
I'm
track
guessing
came
there'll
in
be a few.
last?
Yeah.
I'm guessing there'll be a few.
Well, quite a few did. I'll give you a smattering from the bottom 10. Disappointingly, the Donkey Kong rap from Donkey Kong 64 didn't make it very high.
Oh, come on, man. I can't believe that was in your list.
Gutted. The bottom song was, though, Cybernator, Who's Praying for a Soldier.
Well, just because you fucks haven't played it, man.
Nick,
Just because you guys haven't played
Hey,
Cybernator.
don't take it badly.
Well, I am taking it badly.
I know, I can see you. I can see that.
It was like
And,
one of the games of my
yeah.
childhood.
No, it's a shame. It's really gutting. Like, it's funny reading the list and you'll see one person straight away like, bam, number 1, Cybernator thing, and next to us, bam, number 20, Cybernator, and you're like, wow, it's all over the place. It's brilliant. Well, there's a little taste of the bottom anyway. So here we go.
Oh,
Number 20.
Wow. I'm so excited. This has been a lot of work.
I'm
Here we
very
go.
excited.
Here we go. Portal, still alive.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive.
That was on a lot of people's lists.
Lists.
Like Nick's just like audible. Like
It's too new for
arse
Nick.
sounds.
It is,
That's
a
it.
very good song.
It's a good song, but it's not. It doesn't. It's not video game
Modern
music
classic.
for me. It's not video game music for me. It's a song.
But it's got such a it's got an 8-bit sound to it. It's kind of
Does it?
Well, it tries to kind of emulate that.
It doesn't, Mike. It doesn't.
Tries its best. Well, Mars Rap is it though. I love that song. I think it's one of the best.
It is a good song.
Songs we put into a game.
I want to get that across. I'm not saying it's a bad
No, yeah,
song
sure,
at all.
sure.
Hold on, we were just talking about no rock band songs though, and it isn't rock
It
band.
is a rock band. And
It's been a bit oversaturated for me. Like,
No, sure, yeah. But there's a reason it was so when you first heard it.
yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah, or when you first heard it at the end of such a game, to hear your nemesis,
Singing
supposedly defeated nemesis, singing to you.
Still
Yeah,
alive.
it's good, it's catchy, and it's fun to do in Rock Band as well. But might prefer the song from the end of Portal 2.
Oh. It's only 'cause it was,
Yeah, it's not as iconic, blah blah
No,
blah.
I liked it, but it was trying to do the same thing again.
Yeah, but musically, I think it's better.
But Portal's, do you think so? I think Portal is such a sweet song, Still Alive.
Yeah, that's why I said musically, I think it's better.
I think Portal's Still Alive is still much better. I nominated from Portal 2 Cara Miadio, which is a song as you look up the lift in a Portal 2. That's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
But that
I've just realised I missed something. The Plants vs Zombies song.
Oh.
There's a zombie on your lawn.
Too
yeah,
late.
That is a great song.
Nice.
I'd have voted for that on your list. It's 20, so it's not too high.
It's
That's
a good one for
yeah.
20. It's a good one to come in as.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Actually, it's a good one for 20.
Number
19.
17, 18, 19, three-way tie.
Right, yeah, so we have a three-way tie, so now we have to vote on this.
I'm going to reel off the 3 games, and then we're going to just try our best to
Okay.
see if there's a clear winner straight away, and then
Okay.
break it down from there. Okay.
Break it down.
3 songs. They are Streets of Rage 2, Under Logic.
Hey! Chris,
Facility
Chris.
theme, GoldenEye.
No.
Brilliant song. The Underground theme from Super Mario Brothers.
It's
Oh, man.
Streets of Rage.
Streets of
definitely.
Rage is top.
Definitely.
For me as
So
well.
not
Then
for, not
Mario,
for me,
then
but
Facility.
I'd agree completely with Nick.
oh, yeah, so that's a pretty strong argument for them being that way, Chris.
I got.
Su-
That's a good order that I can't argue with.
Number 19, GoldenEye Facility theme. Hit it.
You do when you play. Facility is a track that you remember, but it's also one of the more popular levels. So
Because you have to play it to get the invincibility cheat.
did you ever do it?
Of course I did.
Anyone else who do it?
Yeah.
I used to do that for
Must
people at school who couldn't do it.
Nice.
Charge for it.
No, I didn't.
You should have charged for that
Should have
service.
charged for it.
I've done it once. I've done it once and only once.
You had to do it under what? 315?
215.
Was it 215?
And
And you were reliant on
Dr. Doak.
Yeah.
No, I must have. Yeah, I
turning
must
up
have. Yeah,
at-
I remember. Yeah, you got to
correct
wait for him
place
to
for
spawn
it.
in the right place, otherwise you're looking around all the labs. Fuck
Yeah.
you, dog.
But it's out the stairs. It's down the stairs. You turn around, slap the guy, get the key, open the door, run in, do the switch,
Leg it out.
run down.
Getting shot to
Run all the
fuck.
yeah,
You have to
get
on 007 as well.
Yeah, hardest difficulty.
God, yeah, I must
double
have
O,
done
double
that.
O agent.
Double should do
And then when you get to the room where you've opened the door, you chuck a mine in
yeah,
and you blow those cunts
Blow them up straight away. Yeah.
big one. And that's Facility and the multiplayer as well, of course. Like that's where I always played.
Yeah.
So that song stuck with me.
A popular
That song
level.
was on my list, and I was happy.
Best
to
music for me in GoldenEye was the lift music. You know, the elevator music from GoldenEye was brilliant.
There's a lot of great songs in GoldenEye.
Yeah, my current favourite is probably Silo. Not Silo. Yeah, Silo.
Yeah, that's got good music as well.
Control.
Was Silo the level where you could get Urimov's briefcase
Yeah.
and key, and there's no reason why you have them.
I loved that shit back in the day.
Fantastic,
It's
isn't
like, what
it?
does this kid? Never any answers. No, but GoldenEye was a great game for that because there was always bits of the level that was closed off that you could action replay your way to.
Plus, with the action replay, you could unlock for the character select portraits Sean Connery,
Yeah.
Roger Moore, and
Could,
Timothy
I never,
Dalton.
how did I never do that? I
But
had
like,
an actual way.
you can't pick them. But
look at them.
But they're in there on the character select.
Definitely.
So like, rumor had it that somewhere
Yeah,
Oh
it
no,
was.
they were.
in Rare HQ there was one cartridge
Oh,
where
Rumors say.
you could be Roger Moore.
a golden cartridge.
A golden
that's-
cartridge where you could be Roger Moore in multiplayer.
That's secretly stored in Sean Connery's chest hair.
Let's be honest, you wouldn't be able to tell if you're playing as Sean Connery or Pierce Brosnan or Roger Moore. Those
You
are
would have been.
blocky
You would.
faces.
You would have been able to in those days, but now that we've evolved,
Yeah, you can't see
we
blocks.
can't read old technology like that. It's like that two-sided polygon could be anything. But yes, I'm happy that
Be a
I
Lara
got-
Croft breasts, you know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Facility
sexy.
theme is.
Oh, the amount of times I spaffed one out. She is so. God, it's like just a large triangle, and everyone at the time is going. Whoa!
nice.
I'm happy a GoldenEye track's in the list though. Facility's a good shout.
So number 18 is the Underground theme from Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, it's a classic. Although, like listening to the lists, I don't know if this has made the list or not, but I was reminded about how good a tune the Mario 2 Overworld
Yeah.
theme is. Probably
I
like
agree a lot.
over the last few days, it's become my favourite Mario tune. I've had it in my head quite a few times. I've got it on my phone now. I listen to it Because I know Kai from the Kai Phone Brap store, he put the Ragga version on.
Did anyone else think that was a mistake?
I thought it was a
I knew
mistake.
it was definitely his.
But the Mario 2 Overworld theme, really good tune, and I'd put that above this one.
yeah, it's
iconic.
this
Though.
is great.
It's
'Cause
very
you-
basic, very simple, but yeah, I mean, it was great when we got the version in 3 with the hip hop beat
Oh yeah.
played
yeah.
underneath.
Underworld theme.
I guess
yeah,
it stays.
moody,
I guess it stays.
scary. Even with the first Mario level, it's all Mario Overworld theme, and suddenly you get plunged into darkness, and shit goes down.
Yeah, I mean, every piece, every bit of music from the first Mario Brothers game is equally iconic. And oddly enough, I didn't put any Mario music on my list.
It was well represented for everyone else, though, I think. So.
Yeah, Mario. I mean, we've had some.
I
great
didn't put any
Mario.
on my list either.
Oh, same with me as well.
There's been so much. I mean, from the 64, Sunshine even had charming tunes. I like the Galaxy score, and yeah, going back to Mario 1, 2, and 3, they've all got amazing tracks in there.
So number 17 is Streets of Rage 2 Under Logic.
Going through the lists, all the Streets of Rage tunes pretty much
There was
were
3 of them.
bangers.
They're all good, though. Even
Streets of Rage 1 and 2.
All the way through, yeah.
1 and 2.
Who's it?
It's all you need.
Was it Kai who put the alien?
Yeah, he
level
did,
in?
Yeah.
He's always talking about that.
That's cool in its own way.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's like proper side-scrolling beat-em-up music, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know, like a
that is
constant
good.
progression.
It doesn't sound right without.
That's good.
Maybe not that one.
Streets of Rage 2, for example, at the title screen it says copyright Sega, and then it says music copyright Yuzo Koshiro. 1 and 2 are just incredible. 3 loses it a bit for me, but three's an interesting one. But man, growing up, I used to record a lot of my Mega Drive songs coming out of the TV speaker, Sonic and Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. I had Bad, the album, but I thought, no, I'd like the MIDI version of it.
I love MIDI songs, though. I used to love that shit.
Michael.
But I mean, Streets of Rage was one of the games that I would spend a while in the sound test, just playing the jams.
Yeah. Street Fighter for me.
Remixing them myself by starting them up at different times, like a lot in the way that modern dubstep does. So
You
you're
were
welcome.
the progenitor of that
Pioneer.
wonderful piece of music.
Move over, Skrillex.
Yeah, she's very too good. Yeah, I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of that track, but well done everyone getting in there.
It was tough to pick a favourite. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, with one game, you're like, how? Because there's games where I think, oh, the music in that game is brilliant, and then I struggle to pick like one example of that. And you know, this time I've got to say, Under Logic was my choice. If you guys remember the 90s dance band called The Shaman,
Yes.
they've got a song called Move Any Mountain, and it basically sounds exactly the same as that, and you can find several mashups on the internet of that.
Nice.
I was tempted to put the end credit music from Streets of Rage 2 in. Just
Oh man,
brings a tear
Someone
every
did, didn't
time.
they? Someone did, didn't they?
I loved that for so long. That was a track. The end music to Streets of Rage 2 was the kind of track that I would be happy to listen to
Excellent, thanks.
over and over and over and
on
over.
loop,
Yeah,
yeah.
when I was little, because it's got that kind of melody that takes a certain chord sequence and climbs to a certain point,
Yeah.
and then you're like, yeah, and you feel it right there, and I'm pointing at my heart.
And then the tear rolls down your cheek. And you're like, guys, brother back. Or whatever it was. What was
Yeah, you rescue Adam, and
Yeah.
Skate's all like, Michael. Oh, sorry, I was thinking Moonwalker.
it? It was a mashup.
Where am I?
So what number are we at?
So we're on 16.
16.
Number 16 is
16.
I'm confused.
Super Mario
mate.
Brothers Overworld theme.
Oh,
Super Mario
Jesus.
Brothers 2.
Super Mario Brothers Overworld.
Oh, how does this get in there, man?
The
Fucking
Mario,
hell.
the classic
Who-
Mario.
Whose list was that in?
It was in a list.
Wings, I think.
Super Mario main theme.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, see,
on, I mean-
you're not going to find tracks as obvious as that
Yeah.
in my list, but it's not.
Nostalgia plays a big part.
They were
you use when
your
you play
favourite
the-
20
yeah.
songs.
It's so iconic for a reason. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows the Mario music.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're talking about
You
Yeah.
gonna scout the
So
whole
we're
thing?
never scatting again. So
the best version. Obviously, is the one that Captain Lou Albino
With the rap on it.
raps over it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Mario Brothers and plumbers, the game. They're not like the others who get all the fame. There's gonna print it and there's gonna trouble. So if there's a bird, you'll be hooked on the
There's your
brothers.
bubble.
Oh, it's gangster.
Yeah.
number 16, everyone knows it. Yeah, it's genius.
What do we need to say? It's
No, not
Mario.
really. It's in there. It had to be in there. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, beautifully remixed in many other Mario games.
many, yeah. Oh,
So here's the problem now. You know, you got your door
Bugs.
open, turn the light on.
but it's too hot.
It's bugs.
Too hot to turn the light off.
I don't know, they're arrogant though, the moths.
Yeah, straight
Because
in.
they don't want to leave, do they?
They don't. Flies don't either. They just like, no, I'm settled.
Moths
I'll buzz
are my
around,
least
look like I'm
favourite
trapped,
insect.
but
Yeah.
I'm not really.
Have you heard about the time, Kai tells me about this all the time, and Sanjay like always says stuff to go against the grain, and everyone was talking about butterflies one day, and Sanjay went, I actually prefer moths.
That's brilliant.
So rebellious. Like, so spit in the face of convention.
Yeah, I don't like butterflies. Ugh, too pretty. No
Too
thanks.
pretty.
No thanks.
Too obvious, too obvious.
I like opening a supposedly clean towel from the airing cupboard to be ambushed by a family of moths. Furry. Ooh.
And they leave dust behind. Sorry, they leave dust behind.
Yeah.
It's unnatural.
Moths,
Sorry,
got
carry
moths,
on.
do they?
If there's an
Dust
anthem of
off.
video games, it's going to be, well, arguably, obviously,
Tetris.
but one of the most well-known.
Yeah.
One of the five most well-known themes is.
Will
is,
they all be in
is,
there?
Is Mario
Do
Brothers.
you want to make a
one.
prediction now then? What are the other four?
I don't know. Yeah,
You just said
I
5.
don't know.
Wicked.
Tetris, Zelda, Sonic, the original Sonic opening. Everyone knows that.
And Ken's theme or something.
And Ken's theme. Yeah.
Right, next on the list.
Boom. Number 15. Everyone's
15.
favourite. Bucky O'Hare NES music.
Get in!
I'd never heard this before, and I rated it quite highly.
But again,
good,
I
it's
think,
good.
but I think only because it played when you listen to it, it's
stop?
really good. Because your list was definitely one that
Limits the fucking
I knew the least
iPad.
about. So I just literally based each song off like, do I like that song when I listen to it? And that's how it was. And also, I love Bucky O'Hare as well.
I actually got the whole soundtrack on my phone after compiling this list because it was such a bad man tune. And the game was made by the guys who left Konami to form Treasure. That's why it was such a bad man game.
It's a high pedigree of.
They did a few, didn't
developers.
they?
Yeah, and at Konami.
Yeah.
What happened to Bucky O'Hare, eh?
It doesn't hold up. Now,
No, it's terrible, yeah.
At uni, I saw a Bucky O'Hare DVD on my mate's shelf, and I
Yeah.
obviously went, Zoota Laws, Bucky O'Hare, fuck, we've got to put this
bought
on
the
now,
DVD.
we've got to put this on now. And he went, it hasn't held up, and I went, whatever, let's throw it on now. The theme tune, he went, yeah, the rest of it hasn't held up. And you go back and watch it, and the animation is
bad.
really shitty. I think we've watched it here.
Yeah, we did actually. And then no, after I bought, because I had bought it again. Cause like you, I saw it. Like, of course I'm gonna buy Bucky
Yeah.
O'Hare on DVD.
Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't hold up as a show, but obviously the opening for that show was amazing, and
And the Bucky O'Hare stage 2
and
music.
for people of our age, Bucky O'Hare was big. It was a big deal.
Very big, yeah.
But it was a very short series, wasn't it? Oh my crazy.
Pretty sure.
Most likely, but as a kid you don't notice reruns,
Yeah.
do you?
I remember on CBBC in the broom cupboard, it was so popular that they had when they played the episodes. After a while, they had the lyrics on the screen at the same time, so you could sing along at home.
Oh, that's cool. Not that I needed that kind of shit
Bucky,
to remember
Captain
lyrics.
Bucky O'Hare.
You went where no ordinary rabbit could dare.
It was a NES game that I have not played.
Early 90s.
Is it a good game?
Fucking brilliant. Like I remember having it on the NES and just like loving it, and then I could never figure out whether it was I loved it because it's the only game I had, or whether it was a really good game. And I found
Looking
that
back,
much
your view
later.
is tarnished, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
the nostalgia. Like
When I found out that it was by Treasure, I was like, well, it must have been a really good game.
there you go.
Nick complains about having to listen to all these lists, and he throws up a list of games, tracks that most people haven't heard.
That are 3 minutes long, yeah? Not fucking 12 minutes or
2
2.5 hours, whatever.
Number 14 is VVV, pushing onwards.
sound.
tracks. Yeah, like I hadn't heard any of these tracks before, and
Yeah.
I enjoyed. There were 2 tracks on people's
too, and
lists.
they're both
I enjoyed
good.
both.
There were
Love
2
it.
tracks on people's list that you enjoyed. Or 2 VVV tracks. VVV tracks.
VVV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 6 V's, isn't it?
6 V's.
It's tough.
VVV.
It's tough even when you look at it. You're like,
But yeah, I love the
VVV.
VVV soundtrack. It could easily be an 80s game.
if you don't know what VVVV is, it's a Steam game that we've talked about it before, but it looks like never mind an 8-bit game. It looks more like a game you would have played on a BBC Micro or a Spectrum.
Yeah.
So it's very old school, but it's a great platforming game, and it's really hard, and the soundtrack's banging. So pick it up. It's really cheap.
And
Always.
beautiful. And that was a great VVV track. Steve put another song in there from VVV, which
He had
also
2 on
excellent.
there, didn't
I think he had one, you had one, and like Nick said, both. Yeah, both great. Listen to
Great tracks.
The whole
yeah.
soundtrack's great. Yeah. So here's the thing. So I didn't put Mario or whatever in my list, but it's a playlist of gaming music, like because there was a track in there from Asterix, for example, and that's not a great game, and no one's going to remember that game. But it was a song that that I heard way back when. It's a song that hits you in the face, and you're like, yeah, let's play this game. Let's play this
the
fucking
games,
game.
the songs get you psyched up. We don't have to talk to me. I put Donkey Kong rap in my song. the song that makes you
Hey, I
most
know
want to
about
go
game-
on and play the game. The only reason that song works is because you listen to it.
Sure.
It's just all the characters. You're like, I want to be that guy. I want to be Lanky Kong.
He does have a funny face.
He has a funny face.
Yeah, so this is not necessarily
No.
the best games.
No.
It really is the best gaming
Get
music.
you pumped, get you psyched, get you on and playing that game. That's what they're all about. Unlucky 13 is the Pokemon theme from Pokemon Red and Blue.
Classic.
It is classic.
I was actually surprised at how much I enjoyed this theme because I haven't been a big Pokemon. What to say, Pokemon there?
But if you ever played it, it just
Pokemon
instantly gets you
That's
back in the
probably more
mindset.
Japanese. If you
Yeah.
want to be like true
Well,
to the roots, then you do.
Last time I was here,
Pokemon.
I got ridiculed by this man for saying Pokemon. He
got
was
the
like,
accent- got the accented E.
Pokemon? It's Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I was like, what? Pocket Monsters? Pokemon?
Yeah, but you won't even say Jay-Z or Dragon Ball Z, will you?
Well, that's because I grew up before, like, Dragon Ball Z was on TV a lot. So to me it was Dragon Ball Z, you know?
And JZ was...
Jay-Z's always
DayZ.
Jay-Z, you know, good tune.
But yeah, I blitzed Blue was one I had, and yeah, it's a great opening thing. It really is great, and it's a good game. Although I can't really play it anymore. I've tried going back to Pokemon, that game.
that we will not speak of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't... the new games are too... It's not like the Pokemon, the old games haven't got enough of the kind of stuff they have now, like flying and running and stuff.
Had a lot of other good music in it as well. Like the battle theme is obviously well
yeah.
known, and what was good at the time is like they were used in the cartoon series.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
Yeah.
And it was like Nintendo
good mishmash.
Nintendo magic all over that game, and especially in the music. So what's number 12?
Number
Mike?
12.
That's right, number 12.
From The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Epona's theme.
One of my favourite tracks from that game. Definitely.
When I came to rate these lists, like whenever I saw Zelda tracks before I started, I was like, oh Christ, fucking Zelda tracks, you know, like typical. But then when I found myself listening to Gerudo Valley and London Ranch, I was like, yeah, this is big music.
I think
Gotta go high up.
Gerudo Valley as well, that was on a lot of people's lists.
It was.
I obviously don't know where it is in the final list, but I think that's, I mean, obviously, the people who made these lists are hardcore, but I think Gerudo Valley is a theme that's not forgotten, but overlooked quite generally, I think, because it's quite late on in the game, isn't it? I mean,
That whole section of the game that stood out because you were locked up, you had all your shit taken away from you. You have to get out like Zorro, land, and like you can land on your horse when you drop out, and you got to like take everyone out with bows and arrows.
They whistle you when they
stealthily.
see you back in
Yeah.
your cage, mate.
it
And
was great.
you got this wicked like guitar-y music on.
What's talking about Gerudo Valley? With Epona's song is playing right now. I'm close to tears.
Yeah,
Milk. That's the
this is
prevailing feeling
this
now.
is my I put this is my favourite game song of all time.
It's really, really good. It's one of my favourites.
Doesn't
I mean,
get you
I
pumped
think-
though, does it? Doesn't get you
No,
pumped.
it doesn't. But I think we can all agree, like, it's pretty hard putting a favourite song on the top of your list, and I'm not sure. It could probably change on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you ever put Lon Lon milk in a jar where you can have a fairy which restores more health? I never.
Because the way he drinks, how refreshed does he look when he wipes his mouth?
Yeah, but it's pretty disgusting. when you
Fairies
think
revive
what
you
it
when you
is.
get killed. don't they?
Unpasteurised.
Yeah, straight out of a cow's teat.
Yeah. But it's one of those things again where I'd stop and just play on my Ocarina, just keep playing it and hear it go. And you'll always be annoyed that when you play an Ocarina song where you're not playing it properly, it doesn't do the full old thing when you first learn it. And
It was great to kick it at Lon Lon Ranch though, just because of that music.
transportive again.
Ocarina and the whole Zelda franchise has obviously got like so many standout tracks. How do you pick a favourite? But Epona's theme is an incredible shout.
Put the
for number one.
symphonic movement in the
I like I said over Christmas, I was waiting to play Skyward Sword, and I wasn't going to play it yet. And then I threw on the symphonic CD that came with it, and all of the
so
Zelda
good.
music, it got me so G'd or pumped up. I was
my
like,
phone in
the music is, when you hear it presented like that as well, the
orchestral
music is
versions.
just amazing. And having recently finished Mass Effect 3, I was thinking of how people who don't play games are missing out on so much.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine
the
movies.
music at the end of Mass Effect 3 is.
I'm not necessarily talking about the music.
No, but
I'm going quite general, but the people who aren't gamers out there who say love music, who love movies and love books, they're missing out on like an epic gaming trilogy, say like Mass Effect, or such beautiful situational music like the Zelda music. I still think it's like not enough people play games still.
I agree.
I don't. But what can we say about most of the Zelda music? It's
Bloody
all
brilliant.
fantastic. It's all fantastic.
And what can we say about the next track?
Except-
Number 11
Yeah.
is Silver Surfer.
Oh.
Level 1 music.
This should have been a lot higher, man. Like, this is on my list. I've never played the game, and when it drops, fucking brilliant. It gets you so pumped to play the game, you know.
Surely you're not surprised to see this. I mean, I was surprised to see it. I mean,
Well-
again, it's a similar thing. It's a great tune to listen to now.
I hadn't heard this
tune.
tune until I started researching tunes for this list, and then I came across this on a link from Bucky O'Hare,
Yeah.
and I was like, this music is fucking awesome.
Wow.
Hits you in the face.
So it's not
doesn't it?
even like
Yeah.
a favourite song from it's something you just discovered recently. And
Yeah.
you've all put its number is now higher than the Super Mario Bros. Overworld theme.
But like, I started doing some research into it, and it turns out that it's a well-known banger from the 8-bit generation, and like everyone says, like, the game is terrible, don't play the game, it's fucking atrocious.
The game's atrocious, and because it's atrocious, it's really hard. So really, don't play the game.
Yeah, the music, fantastic,
Yeah.
and it's been on my phone ever since, and it's a popular one to put on myself walking through. So
I had heard it before.
looking straight ahead, just like
ding, ding, ding. Similarly, again, I just listened to your list and that song again. I ranked it highly because it was just fucking hey, this
in
is
your
a-
face, you know.
exactly, yeah.
Bang!
So you can't deny that shit.
You are playing a NES game.
That's a big switch from Polish theme to that. I've got to say, that's brilliant.
Like I said, I'd heard it before, but I really obviously started studying when we're ranking these lists, and wow, yeah, incredible. Like I said, you can't deny it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good one.
That's a high place for it, number 11. But you know, that's
Jamie, obviously you're the youngest person in the room, so your great granddad was playing this game
he
back
loved
in the
it.
day. But even you, I think, can.
Gramps.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're into your Flow Riders and all the other modern music, but you can surely probably
LL Cool J.
I can appreciate this, yeah, definitely.
because it's good in it though.
It is
I
brilliant.
think I think the Silver Surfer cartoon series had quite a good intro.
Is there a
song. I can't
cartoon
remember.
for the Silver Surfer?
There is. It's a bit shitty, but I think the music was either really good or really bad.
Well,
It's
like,
one of the two.
I got into comics very briefly when I was like 13 or 14 or so, and there was only two comic people, heroes. That I wanted to get into the X-Men, but there's so many X-Men comics,
Yeah.
and you never know where to go in,
Yep.
and it's like, fuck that. And so I got into the Silver Surfer because he was like a silver guy surfing through space with a funky cosmic background.
Clearly listening to the most amazing music
Brilliant.
ever made.
And I got into the Punisher because he shoots.
nice.
His special power is he shoots you in the face. That's what I liked about him.
He does. He
Down
does
to
that
earth guy.
with Avengers. He's straight on it. He'd love
Watch
that song
out.
as well.
Here comes the
No
Punisher, man.
Punisher music in here, weirdly.
Well, Punisher, it seems we meet a bang. Time for a little interval now. So we spoke about DayZ on the last podcast. Specifically, Steve mentioned it, and he was playing with you, Mike.
He was, yeah.
Well, you know, we've already talked about it, so Google it, lazy, if you want to know
29.
about it. But our good friend and now contributor, James Dyer, who you've heard from before briefly last year on the Eurogamer episode. He was representing Sega at the Eurogamer Expo, pimping the games. But he's been keeping a little diary of his exploits in DayZ. So here's a reading from Jimmy D's DayZ diary.
July 18th, 2012, 9:25 p.m. I had awoken in a daze during the middle of the night, my head swimming. I checked my gear. Everything seemed to be in order. A crossbow I took from the farmer's barn a couple nights ago, a bandage, and my torch. What more could you need? After days of trying various radio frequencies and desperately seeking some contact, I managed to finally locate a group's channel. The guy on the radio seemed keen to meet up and rally together. For all I knew, he was just another kill-crazy bandit out for my blood and pack. I could have been heading into a trap for all I knew, but with no water, food, or ammo, what choice did I have? We arranged to meet at Krutoy Cap. I was out by Rog, about 2 miles west of their location. I headed east through a small town called Tolga, where I managed to evade a yob on a quad bike. Luckily he didn't see me. You just can't trust anyone, especially someone careless enough to rip through the town on a quad bike. In Tolga, I found a small abandoned warehouse where a shotgun lay on the floor, perhaps a farmer's last stand, or another survivor who had too much gear and had to decide to leave it behind. With no ammunition in sight, I decided to take the shotgun in the hope of finding some later, and if not, at least I could scare this group into thinking I'm packing if anything gets out of hand. I made it to the main road along the coast. We broke radio silence and I was told to look for a flare out in Krutoy Cap. I headed to the top of a lighthouse and could see the flare dancing shadows off the tree lines in the distance. It has to be said, these boys looked well equipped. I hadn't seen a group with a flare before. As I approached the group, I went to get my crossbow ready. Shit. Had I left it at the barn when picking up the shotgun? I must have. I must still not have been thinking straight from the sleep deprivation and hunger pains from earlier. Still, a shotgun with no rounds should do the trick. We met in the middle of the cap and scoped each other out. There were 3 of them. A rookie named Ben, who seemed to be the bitch on the torch. Steve, a hillbilly with a handgun. He must have been tripping balls on some rancid beans as he didn't seem to want to take his sunglasses off despite the night sky. And finally, there was Mongoose, the leader of the pack.
Tonight, the part of Mongoose is played by Mike Power.
At first he seemed to have his head screwed on, the one with the game plan. Little did I know that he was most likely to get me killed. Mongoose was only armed with an axe, but with Ben looking up to him and Steve at his rear with a handgun, yet still following his orders, I had no choice but to respect the guy for keeping this small band of potential lunatics in check. Mongoose made a peace offering and showed trust by giving me a Pepsi to satisfy my thirst. It had worked. The carbonated soda felt good, and although I'd become used to being alone, the company felt better. Mongoose got us to move north along the coast towards a quarry in Zolzheny. Between us we had a tin of baked beans, which Mongoose consumed before we had even headed off. I could see rationing being a potential problem with this guy. Our objective became clear: find ammo, weapons, but most importantly, food and water. The 3 miles to the quarry was a hard graft of rabbit chasing, torch shining, and getting to know one another. It didn't take long for me to wish that I was on my own again. The quarry seemed empty at first. We approached it slowly from the south, looking for a possible safe house or barn for supplies. We found none. We avoided the Walking Dead and kept a diamond formation as we moved up deeper into the quarry centre. I'd heard a noise and saw something moving in the distance. It was getting closer. I couldn't make out what it was, so I called for the group to turn and face, ready for the danger. From the bushes, another survivor emerged. He called himself Saberwolf and had clearly seen better days. Steve's blood rushed to his head. He took aim at the skinned survivor and made wild claims that he was holding a gun. Steve, ready to shoot, was clearly losing grip of his sanity. I had to act fast. The situation was diffused, as he was clearly carrying a torch and nothing else. Steve seemed angered that he didn't get a chance to shoot his gun. Mongoose asked if Saberwolf was a friendly. He said he was, but I'm still not sure. Mongoose checked his pack, saw very little, and we cut him loose. I had to wonder, what made me so different? Why did Mongoose not check my pack and send me to the hordes of the undead? All I knew was, Sabrewulf was one lucky bastard. With no supplies in sight at the quarry, Mongoose went on a rampage, and in a fit of anger he wanted zombies' heads. I had to shine my torch and guidance and watch this lunatic go berserk. The way he wailed on these zombies almost made it look like a sport. I couldn't allow myself to get sucked into that kind of madness. I kept my distance. I could see Steve's trigger finger getting even itchier. He was desperate to get his gun off. After Mongoose had his fill and the undead become the regular dead, Ben raided their bodies and found a Pepsi can, the lucky bastard. We pressed on, heading further north towards a small factory town. On our way we found a few doorways with some decent gear left by some fleeing homeowner or quarry worker. The loot was good. A tin of pasta, some shotgun shells, now we're talking. A pistol mag, and another drink from Mongoose. Once a few warehouses were cleared, and we realised how deep in undead territory we were, Mongoose wanted to head for the top of a silo, in hope that a sniper or runaway survivor had died or left something of use. As we made our approach to the silo, another survivor appeared. Unlike the other who managed to sneak up on us, this one ran straight for us, leading a group of the undead with him. We raced for the ladder to the silo. Unfortunately, I got hit bad across the top of the head and started to bleed from a minor laceration. While feeling sick from the hit, I managed to make my way up the silo and join Mongoose and the troublesome survivor who we discovered was named Michael. Ben and Steve kept the low ground secure, as Steve had an impending fear of ladders and pistols as a combination. I knew he was mental. We tried talking with Michael and getting him to understand how dangerous and stupid he had been. Without a second's thought, he leapt off the top of the silo and attracted more of the blasted things, then made his way back on top with Mongoose and I. Mongoose had seen a red mist descend over his eyes and struck Michael with vicious blows from his axe. Michael lay on the floor with broken limbs, bleeding wounds, and life fading from his very eyes. Ben had shouted up to us, "Zombies! Up the ladder!" Mongoose switched to the ladder top and decapitated one zombie, and then another, and another, before returning to finish what he had started with Michael. With laughter in his chilling voice, Mongoose made sure the last words to be heard by Michael were the answer to the pain he had endured. "Michael, you're a liability, mate." Mongoose had butchered the guy. I felt sick. I'd stood by and let it happen. Yes, he put us in danger, but he had no weapons, no map, and was clearly terrified. He thought he had found safety with 4 guys carrying weapons. He found a horrible end. I checked Michael's pockets. A wallet. 17. The fucking kid was 17. Damn you, Mongoose. Damn you to hell. It was at this point that another survivor wearing similar gear to Michael was seen running past the silo with numerous undead chasing him down. Perhaps a friend of Michael's. Regardless, we weren't going to find out. He had witnessed the horror of Mongoose's deadly rage and had decided to take his chances with the running dead. I returned to Michael's wallet, an old photo of him and another lad. They looked like twins. I flipped a Polaroid. Michael and Luke, 14th birthday, 2009. I'd hoped Luke was safe. How naive can you get? We made our way down the silo and agreed to set up camp a little way west, towards Olivet's. While making our way, Steve had made a joke about killing me and taking my gun. I wasn't laughing, and nor was he when I got my double-barrel shotgun out. We were all hungry and desperate for food, which is why we were probably on edge. I was sick of using my torch and wanted to watch Steve down my iron sights. You know, keep him in check. Mongoose seemed reluctant to drop power as group leader, and showed signs of unfair leadership, applying the do-or-die approach towards me and the other guys. To avoid any confrontation, I reverted back to my duties as torch bitch with the rookie Ben. I look forward to a campfire and some sleep. This has been an eventful night, but one thing is for sure, I'll be sleeping with one eye open tonight. Steve is clearly unstable. As we proceeded along the road to Olivet's, our first stroke of luck happened. A wayward pig had stumbled across our path. Mongoose did what he did best, an axe to the pig's skull. Ben did what he did best, a torch to reveal the horror. Steve harvested the meat and we moved up the hill towards the south of the town to set up a small camp. While preparing the firewood, Steve laid claim to forgetting the meat. Cracks in trust and friendship had appeared in the group. Was Steve planning a runaway? A murder perhaps? Was he planning on misguiding us, committing a rape and stealing all our gear? For that we can't be sure. We requested only one of us to go back with him to collect the meat, but Ben, Mongoose and I shared the same sense of uncertainty in his ploy and moved back to the pig as a unit. With the meat retrieved, we realised that Steve was just a bumbling dunce. We made the return back uphill, and the fire was soon set up and meat distributed between us for a campfire banquet. The meat tasted good going down, but there was definitely something wrong. The meat must have been rancid or off. We had all shared the same hallucination of being on fire and began to frantically roll around on the hillside, desperate to put out the flames that weren't there. After 10 minutes, our come down had started, and all crashed for the night. For the time being, I will stick with the group and gain more supplies. I plan to leave them in a couple of days and continue my survival alone. I have a feeling that these guys will kill me before the zombies even get a chance to, and after the way poor Michael had gone, I'd rather be eaten alive. Signing off.
Thanks, Jimmy. Scary stuff.
Man, it was an emotional time. I feel like I was there again.
We've had some of our dear listeners message us with tracks that they've liked. Chris Blundell from the Super Pixel Brothers. Watch out for Ready Game Fire appearing in their 8-bit movie, The Hit Squad.
Cameo.
The Hit Squad, the movie. He's referenced One Man and His Droid for the Commodore 64. Old school. Jason Mountcastle, RGF superfan. He has. He is.
He's my favourite fan. Hey, Jason.
He's everyone's favourite fan. This is going to be taken out. So. Jason. Sean! I always have to do Sean to balance it. No one ever does Sean. It's always Jason. But it's when he blacks out for the second time and he wakes up in the park and it's the end of the day when you're running through the park in the rain.
Sean!
It's like Sean, and then the third time you press it, he just goes.
There's a video of it bugged out, and right in the end, you can just keep pressing Sean.
Yes!
The whole thing.
I've seen it.
Sean! And he's there.
Terrifying.
Madison's fighting, and he's in the background, him shouting, Sean!
Still pressing it.
Still just brilliant.
Yeah. Jason.
Sorry, there's some great music in Heavy Rain. Atmospheric
There
stuff
was
as well.
actually, yeah.
But
I
yeah,
wouldn't be able to
carry on,
name
sorry.
any of
I
them.
put some of it in the last ep. Yeah, really matches the
Oh,
game.
yeah, that's
doesn't
what
it?
I
It's
thought
pretty,
it was.
It's pretty
Yeah.
depressing, that
Yeah.
music, like the game.
Yeah.
Jason has he's said his favourite is the Skyrim theme. As new as that is, like Uncharted, and
Mass Effect.
I think as a modern example of like thematic game music, the Skyrim theme is great.
Yeah. It takes so many
But
But like the game, it takes so many flavours from like different kind of music as well, so it works with the game so well, and it just pity the game never pays off the music.
I like it when you level up.
Yeah.
Sounds like a choir ejaculating.
Or sneezing
I
through
think-
their penis. Penis sneeze.
Oh, do you know that awful feeling when you were going to ejaculate and then you don't? It's like sneezing.
Worst feeling ever.
That bad.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
We got a lot of entries on Facebook. Mark Hinge says, "Death smiles." Nick Deering says, "I wanted to post something here, but I guess I should save it."
What did that mean, Nick?
It means I'm sat here now, doesn't
Ah,
it?
yes.
There you go.
John Fenn, everyone's favourite
Fenzy.
Fenn sibling.
That is the best Fen.
He's great, isn't he?
John of the Fens.
John of the Bog.
Yeah,
Fen means bog dweller.
Yeah?
Oh,
it
yeah.
does.
Yeah, he's put cannon fodder. War has never been so much fun,
Yeah, wicked.
and he's right. It hasn't ever been so much fun.
War has changed.
Yeah. So I mean, check out.
That was on my list.
It was like So I don't know whether. I don't know if it's in the. Yeah. So
It bloody should be in there.
Well, of course you think that.
Alexis Pritchard says Wargasm's entire score and Digger's popcorn.
It's weird. Words. Jumble words.
Wargasm.
Just a list.
Jumble words.
Just a list of words. Serenella says the Bioshock soundtrack. Of course, everything in Bioshock is great.
I love the strings when you save a little sister. They're very powerful stuff.
Thomas Drake says, "Is it cheating to say Uendan?"
That's a sick game. Monkey Magic.
Fucking that game got me into rhythm games, man.
Oh, wow.
yeah?
Like before that was before Guitar Hero and everything.
Was it before Beatmania?
Yeah, before the
So
whole lot,
is he
man.
saying is that cheating because they're kind of...
Well, it's a music game and
Yeah.
it's like licensed music, basically.
It is sick.
Is it?
It's really
Fucking
good.
brilliant.
Enemy Agents wasn't as good
Yeah.
because of the music.
Yeah, like who wants to play Jumpin' Jack Flash or Skater Boy as
Yeah.
opposed to Linda Linda or Monkey Magic?
Yeah.
Skater Boy. Is it cheating to say Uendan is a rhythm game? So It kind of is cheating.
Kind of is. It's got a great soundtrack though. I've
Yeah.
got the soundtrack to the first game.
There's some original songs in there now.
There probably is. Like
No.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's got some great ones, man. It's got Linda Linda, which has been in Taiko no Tatsujin and like lots of other rhythm games. The sequel's got Monkey Magic in. Just every tune on that game, like that whole game is just it just makes you smile from start to finish, you know. And anyone who played Elite Beat Agents and didn't play Wendan is missing out.
Definitely.
Did
Did you
it
beat
have
it
Barbara
with the
O'Reilly by the Who
cheerleaders?
in it?
I beat it with the cheerleaders, mate.
So Wendan is the original Elite Beat Agents.
Yeah.
So I do have it on the DS on a special, shall we say, cartridge.
Yes, you've got a backup copy from your legit copy.
Yeah. That's the one that got you into rhythm games.
Yeah,
That's quite late.
2006.
I know,
I
yeah,
would
it
say.
was very late, man. I was all FPS before that, and before FPS I was all beat 'em ups.
So you
But,
didn't
like,
play.
Did you not play Amplitude?
No,
You didn't play
not
Sam and
until-
Domingo. You didn't play Dance Dance Revolution in the arcades.
I played DDR a little bit, man, but you know, who the fuck plays DDR? You know.
Well, no one now. Tom moves on to say that if yes, that is cheating, then it's Shadow of the Colossus all the way.
Yeah, good shout.
The music in that game was amazing. Tom's next post. Oh wait, you said tracks, not soundtracks. Aerith's theme?
That Final Fantasy.
What's that from?
It's
Aerith's theme?
probably been nominated by Mac.
Yeah, don't worry, Tom. That's going to be well represented in many
We got you covered.
many of the lists. And Alan Hindman says opening music to Battlefield 1942.
Nice.
It's really interesting. Everyone's very diverse. Everyone's got their different favourites, which is cool. Let's crack back on with the list.
The list back in.
Number 10.
Number 10. I don't know what that was.
Numero 10.
The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past Dark World theme.
It is good music. It's great
Good
music.
one, yeah, it's a good one.
Great
one.
Because it is quite similar to the main Zelda music, but in a very different way.
Well, it's the
what style?
inversion. It's the inversion of the
exactly.
main Zelda theme, you'd say. No, I didn't have a SNES. I've got it on the Virtual Console now. I'm
You
about
should have
halfway
had it on Game Boy Advance. That's where you should have got it. That was your chance to jump on.
through. Right. I'm going to go ahead and say this, and I'll deal with the uproar afterwards. But I much prefer the 3D Zelda games to the top-down Zelda games.
See, I'm the other way around, I think.
I'm half and
I'm
half.
the inverse.
Half and half. They both tickle the right parts of me.
I like them both, yeah. I like them
Yeah.
both.
So that's the Dark World from A Link to the Past,
brilliant.
which
I
is
bet
a very good game.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
like
saying I
it.
prefer the 3D
I
Zelda.
haven't finished it, but that song still gets me
It's
into
a
that
good
game
track.
straight away. I'm just like, oh,
Yep.
yeah,
Got a load of great songs in that.
lovely.
Kakariko Village as well, obviously.
Of course. Number 9.
Number 9.
Street Fighter 2 Ryu's theme. SNES version.
It's a good one.
When I was younger, it was Ken's and Balrog's theme for me. As I've got older and I've matured and I've become pretty much exactly like Ryu,
Yes.
it's his theme that speaks to me the most. But yeah, when
It's all about
Yeah.
Ken, I think.
Ryu's themes, yeah, Ken's was on
Even
your
our anime Ken.
it was on your list, Nick.
It was on my
It
list.
was on your list, Jamie,
Yeah.
and
I
someone
was
else's.
That's
always a
it.
Ryu fan, you know, growing
Oh.
up like Ryu was my character.
Yeah.
I always played Ryu, but Ken's theme.
That is iconic Street Fighter. That's the one
A
that
lot
stands out.
again, though. Arguably, all of the Street
But I
Fighter
think because
tracks
when I
are-
was younger, I only played Ryu because he's the only one I could actually play as. Because
I couldn't play as Ryu and Ken when I was little. I couldn't do the the quarter circles. I didn't understand the instructions when I read them down. I was Guile when I was young.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
it's back for 2 seconds, forward and punch is easy to understand when you're
When I first got Street Fighter 2 Turbo, I was reading the manual on the way home. I was looking at Chun-Li's moves and
Yeah.
saw the half circle instructions.
Yeah.
I thought you had to press left,
Yeah.
then daggy down left, then down, then daggy
Confusing.
down right, then right, and press punch.
Exactly, and
I
forget
had that for ages.
and forget about reading the Dragon
one
Punch
at a time.
commands.
Yeah, like punch. Like that.
I didn't understand the Dragon Punch command at all. I didn't understand it because the way it was explained was really weird. And obviously now I understand
a
you do the quarter circle and then you come back down. But I was like,
Forward, down,
I was like,
forward.
how the hell are you supposed to press the D-pad buttons in that order? Because that's not a circle. That's fucked. So I was like, no thanks. I was a Guile guy.
I was playing on the Game Boy, so I had very little controls of
toes.
that. So.
Hey, well, I used to play on my mate's Amiga. One button.
Wow, I had 2 at least.
How that worked?
The win button.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, Ryu's theme, brilliant, iconic stuff.
Yeah, and again, like the Mario games, in the recent Street Fighter games, all the old themes are remixed and
Yeah,
reused, and
it's
that's
good,
great.
It's good show for, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great fan service, and I think it needs to continue. Keep it up. Remixes of that, you know.
But is it as good as number 8? Street Fighter 2, Ken's theme.
Wow.
Shit.
Nice. Well, like I said, Ken's theme is not as good, but
It's a better piece of music.
yeah, if you like the more subtle kind of reuse theme, you know, represents Japan very nicely. Or if you want the kind of overbearing kind of, I'll kick down the wall and kind of storm my fat ass into the room.
You know-
I'm an American.
With a barrel into the screen that you can throw someone through.
You know we've got the Michelangelo mentality going on.
Yeah.
Amongst us three.
Yeah,
so-
3 party dudes and the
who are
fourth
you?
guy
You're
who gets
Don- you're
shit
Donatello, aren't
done.
you?
I'm a Donatello fan.
That's,
Yes.
hey, and he's wearing all purple today.
Hi.
Ken's theme's rocking.
Ken's theme is rocking. Ken's theme is rocking. Like,
theme.
obviously everyone likes Guile's theme, don't they?
Yeah.
Everyone likes Guile's theme, but it wasn't on any of our lists.
Goes with
No,
everything.
it wasn't actually. No. Yeah, so on our list, it wasn't actually that many, but we had some of Balrog's theme in, and Vega's theme
Vega's
in there
theme,
as well.
yeah.
A lot of, I was surprised.
We
how
had the
many
Street Fighter 2 end
themes
credits.
there were, and Street Fighter 2 end credits. Yeah, I was surprised. I shouldn't have been surprised at all because it's an incredible game with incredible music. Number 7,
Number 7.
Sonic the Hedgehog, Green Hill Zone.
It's a classic.
there.
It's a classic.
Can't argue, really.
It's another
That's
classic.
it, man. Yeah, you can't argue because I set out to dislike
Yeah.
this song when I saw it on the lists, but then when it
You
came
actually
on,
listen
Yeah,
to it,
there's a
you
reason.
think,
I'm like, yeah,
There you
can't
go.
argue really. It's
Well,
good
now
track.
so I had a few Sonic tracks on my list. When I was growing up, I didn't have any older brothers or any cool friends to get me into music. So I listened to the radio, whatever, and I'm talking, you know, age 7 to like 12. And I used to, like, the music in Sonic is so amazing. And like I said, I used to record a lot of video game music on my little tape player and listen to it, you know, wherever I was. But not only that, the music in Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 is so incredibly composed that it's what got me into drumming because
It's that Mega Drive snare.
no, first of all, the sound of that Mega Drive snare is unforgettable, and the way they've used it in Sonic 4 episodes 1 and 2 has been a very nice callback. But musically, the drums in the soundtrack to that game, those 2 games rather, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and 3, and Knuckles to an extent, it's like the way Dave Grohl drums. My old drum teacher said, hey, Grohl is a great drummer because his drumming completely complements what's happening with the rest of the music. It's so musical and it fits with the rest of the song, and it's something that a lot of drummers don't do when you listen to them play. They're just selfishly doing their own thing or
Drum solo!
Yeah, exactly. But
That encapsulates it perfectly.
ridiculous. Thank you, Mike. But yeah, when you won't notice it until you listen out for it. But Grohl's drumming completely matches the music that the rest of the band are playing, and it's very, very important. And it really increases the kind of power of the overall coherent message of a song. And the drums in Sonic 1 and 2, I think, completely match that. I mean, look, incredible. And like I said, it got me into drumming. So that's how powerful the music in the original Sonic games are. And yes, even though Green Hill Zone is the Sonic equivalent of the Mario Overworld theme, is a reason why it's so memorable and so popular, because it's brilliant.
Sonic got a lot of love in the lists.
Well, even as the Sonic games have arguably deteriorated over the years, for instance,
Arguably, yeah.
for instance, like Sonic Adventure, at the time, it was great. It was great. If you go back and play Sonic Adventure 1 now, it's kind of unplayable, but it remains one of my favourite all-time gaming soundtracks. Because it's just fantastic. So yeah, I mean, for me, the Sonic music is some of the all-time best.
Brilliant.
If not the best in my
sixth
mind.
best.
That's in my mind.
Officially, though.
This is all our collective mind, though.
Oh, God, that's a scary thought.
Here we go. Number 6. Overworld theme Zelda series.
Can't argue.
There's a lot of obvious themes in this
But they're
list.
the list and people choose their... they are... It's you can't really
when people can't be bothered to... sure.
Yeah, Overworld Zeroes is in my list.
Let's look up popular gaming lists and vote for them. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, like all of the iconic ones we've mentioned thus far, the Zelda theme is Zelda, even though it wasn't in Ocarina, which is odd when you look back.
And the orchestral...
Was it not in Ocarina?
It's Ocarina.
Is there not some kind of interpretation of it?
It's referenced, it's hinted at in the Hyrule field.
Yeah.
But no, it's never in the game. And since it was the first proper Zelda game that I really got into and played inside and out, when I heard the Zelda theme, I thought, well, hold on, why is it not in Ocarina? But yeah, it's not. We spoke about Sonic. I mean, Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 had the same opening theme, but they didn't revisit that theme until Generations.
Yeah,
so different.
But let it stew. Yeah, Overworld theme is great.
What number are we up to now?
That was number 6.
So we're up to 5 and we've had no Final Fantasy yet.
We're about into the top 5.
Great success.
Success, yeah.
Things are about to get a little crazy.
So, I mean, with Zelda and Mario, say the themes from that. Imagine they're kind of the equivalent to the Star Wars theme and the Indiana Jones theme. The kind of
John Williams.
Nintendo are the John Williams of games. Anthemic, iconic movie themes that we all remember.
That's why I picked the Zelda 2 one, really, because I wanted to have, the Zelda theme in there somewhere. And I was looking around at the Zelda 3 version, tried to find Ocarina version.
Yeah.
And then, Zelda 2 was the first Zelda game I owned. Terrible Zelda game, I didn't like it. Yeah. But I checked out the theme to it, and it was, substantially different.
A little more funk to it,
and a little more funk to it. Sounds a bit different, but it's still the Zelda theme. So
and Link was black in that game as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. Because I made the mistake, didn't I? I just read your song and just put in, he meant Zelda theme. I didn't realise that Zelda 2
don't bring this up again, come
on.
He
wasn't, Nick was not happy. That was one of the things that was genuinely a mistake I made.
Man was pissed.
That was a bad thing I did. So I'm glad you caught me on that, because I was just like, fuck it, Zelda theme is the same.
One Zelda theme is the same as the next one.
I went to download it, Nick, it is the same, what's he talking about? I started playing it, and after about 5 seconds it changes dramatically. I'm like, wow, it's really different.
That's like if I put Sephiroth's theme, and it was...
I wouldn't know.
That other guy's theme.
The Advent Children version technically wasn't in any games, and I saw that on.
I know. I left. I couldn't be asked to argue anymore.
With a game like Zelda, you've got the logo, the Triforce, you've got the character Link, and you've got the theme. You've got all the ingredients for a movie there. Yeah. And then all the good gaming movies are going to happen, but part of the music is so important with these games. And to gamers, the Zelda theme is as recognisable. Yeah, it's crap, but it's also as recognisable as the Star Wars music.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Hits me up.
Number 5.
Top 5.
Woo!
It's a good list. This
we made it.
Number 5.
Yay, 5.
From the game Star Fox.
No!
Oh!
Tune.
That is a big tune.
I never throw out the Braps, but when Corneria's number 5,
you've got to.
It's brilliant. It's
Can we high five over that?
You both put your list in your so that was...
Yeah, like man. When you first fire up Star Fox, first of all it blows your mind because it uses the Super FX chip.
Sure.
What's going on? I didn't know my SNES could do that. Well, it can't, but now it can. But yeah, the opening level of
first level, like you're coming out of the base.
That's iconic as well.
Everyone's speaking Lilac to you, going blub 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 blub.
wing
That's
damage.
great.
I put
You haven't seen my Star Fox t-shirt, have you?
is it the one with them was like real animals?
Yeah, like all those real animals.
Yeah. Sitting there.
I'll see if I can find it. Do you remember? Do you know where it came from, Jeff?
Threadless.
Yeah, I put down. I played a bit of Star Fox on my mate's SNES and loved
Stop
it.
lying, Mike. You never played it in your life.
I did play it. I fucking played it. And it was hard as shit.
The man never drunk a duff beer in his life.
But I played a lot more Star Fox 64.
Yeah,
So I did put because that's a great intro music.
64
and music.
could easily be my top 3 games ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, mine too.
Ever.
So I put that.
It's a really
I think
good one.
you either put that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Fox 64 is to me how you should do story in a game. It's like
so good.
it's perfectly pitched.
Branching
story.
paths.
Exactly.
For so simple.
Don't take yourself seriously.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not all fucking
Yeah.
Metal Gear this or Final
Yeah,
this.
I'll give you that. It's fucking brilliant. But yeah, Corneria does Corneria come back in Star Fox 64 in some way, or is it just?
Yeah, Corneria is the first level in
I mean,
64
is
as well.
the
It's not-
music.
The music, none of the music from the first game is referenced. The Star Fox.
At the ending, because the end credits is amazing.
You had the end credits
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
and I would have stuck it in mine if you hadn't have put it in.
Yeah.
You get the
was-
bill at the end for how much damage you've
You
done.
do. That's so.
Fantastic. And like Sector Y with the Great Fox when it's getting shot up and you can fly into the back of it to get your health back and come out.
Like a little.
Game's so good.
So cute.
That's brilliant. We've got to put that on the website because people will not know what we're looking at. That is fucking brilliant. Right. Let me have a look again. I want to see it again. I want to see it again. For those not watching,
Yeah,
it's a
but you got the time now,
dog.
you got the time
It's a
now.
dog dressed as Fox McCloud,
Lying on his back.
lying on his back.
I'll put it on the episode
looks
page.
like a corgi.
Fucking brilliant.
It's just like Fox.
Star Fox Corneria. Great, yeah.
Yeah, listen to it. Just listen to it, alright?
Gets you pumped.
We don't need to say anything, just listen to it. Number 4.
Number 4,
Shit.
opening theme. Streets of
Flower.
Rage 2.
Hey!
Double trophy for Streets of Rage 2 there.
This was in
this is good.
This was
This
in
I
people's
love.
lists. It's not only is it the opening theme, but it's also stage 8
Okay.
as well. Yeah, I mean, if Streets of Rage, because it's in 1 and 2, if Streets of Rage has got a theme, it's
It's it,
this.
Is stage 8 the final level? Yeah.
Yeah, where you fight all the previous bosses again.
That must be such a thing when you're first playing the game and you first get to the final level and you realise it's the music from the title screen. You just be like, well, this has to be the final level.
It's a through line. It's a good through line, isn't it? Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, I prefer that song to
Under
the
Logic.
other one, which is actually very good. But then
Stage
that's why
4.
it's number 4. Number
Yeah.
4, amazing. What a cracking number 4.
Like we've already said, so we don't really need to touch on this too much. But the music in Streets of Rage is, ask anyone who knows what they're talking about, and they'll.
But
tell you
just
the same thing.
for what is essentially just a side-scrolling beat 'em up, yeah, that music's great.
Oh God, are we in the top 3? I'm so excited.
Top 3.
I'm excited.
These are 3 big ones.
DuckTales has to be up there.
Number 3 is DuckTales. It's not.
So we're not going to the moon.
Number 3 is DK Island Swing.
Nice. It's a good tune, man. It's a
great.
good tune.
I think you were saying earlier that you prefer it's the obvious one.
Well, with a lot of
And I was listening to you put in One Country 2.
Candace
Steve
Claim.
put in King K. Rool's theme, and actually they are fucking brilliant.
Although
but
in
this
fairness,
represents the whole of DK Country for me, and that's
this tune was
Yeah.
on a few playlists that were full of like waste Final Fantasy tracks. So I had to put it high on the
course,
list,
yeah.
you know, because well, you know, this is the best song on that list.
yeah. But it is one of the best songs on the whole list. I mean, Donkey Kong Country I couldn't choose one, so I just had to go for the obvious one, just to encompass the whole thing.
Such a
because
standout game as well. When it came out, just the graphics that the SNES could do.
Mind
that.
blowing.
Incredible,
Yeah,
Mind
it was
blowing.
just.
But I think without the
fantastic.
music, it wouldn't have been as affecting. I mean, the graphics were brilliant, but if the music had sucked,
But
blip,
it was the trifecta. It was
Yes.
graphics, gameplay, and music, and because the games still play.
and
incredible.
story.
Yeah, bananas are stolen. Get it back,
Bananas.
please. Okay. The reason why I've said like I wouldn't pick the main Zelda theme or the main Sonic theme, even though I love music from those games, I've picked other tracks like
Sure.
Ice Cap and
Sure.
well, I tried to cheat with the whole Wind Waker suite. But yeah, it's the fact that I love. Yeah, when I was younger, it was DK Island's theme that I would love. But now that I'm older and
Yeah,
my music
sure.
taste has matured and diversified or whatever, that now like certain other tracks speak to me more.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, those tracks are the ones that everyone remembers and stuff. But I'm speaking for because I'm slightly better than everyone else.
Oh,
Obviously,
yeah.
that's why I'm saying, hey, this
what it
other
sounds.
track,
But I
this
think
other track's kind of better.
But similarly, like again, the more you hear a song, the less impact it has. The more you'll have heard DK Island Swing more
Yeah, exactly.
than King K. Rool's theme, than
And Cannon's Claim.
and Cannon's Claim. And also, there's the problem is the underwater theme in. What's the other song?
All
In-
the music
is
from
again
one
that's
is
a bit overplayed. If they kept overplayed. Oh,
Yeah, the music. It's
so good.
we spoke about Rare earlier on,
Yeah.
but through Donkey Kong Country to Blast Core to GoldenEye to Perfect Dark,
Blast
I
Core's a
played
good
Diddy
shout,
Kong Racing
man.
intro song,
Great
and I'm
shout.
annoyed that didn't get the love it deserved.
Killer Instinct as well. All of the
Yeah, you put in Killer Instinct.
they had incredible music.
One of the worst things there was that you got a free CD with Donkey Kong Country on the SNES,
Yeah.
and it was none of the music from the game. It
Sucks.
was like Primal Scream, Oasis.
That makes
Shit
sense,
like
doesn't
that.
it? Yeah.
That
That's
wasn't
what
Primal
Donkey Kong.
Monkeys.
That's what Diddy's listening to on his
Oasis,
headphones. That gets him pumped up. Live Forever gets Diddy pumped up. Yeah.
Not that I'm bad mouthing
This
Primal Scream.
comes
They're very
one
good.
hell
But like
of a
You are
guy.
bad mouthing Oasis.
a little bit. Bad mouthing Oasis a little bit. But yeah, if you're gonna give a CD away with a game, put the game music on the CD.
Yeah.
Yes,
you know.
please.
Weird. I didn't know that, but that's weird.
Number
really.
2.
Number 2.
Oh God.
It's big. It's big. It's big. It's big.
What
Number
is it?
2. Tetris theme from Tetris.
Oh, it is big. It's a great one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
Originally like a Russian folk song, wasn't it?
yeah,
I don't know. Was it?
yeah, yeah.
But like, when I saw this on people's lists, I was thinking, it's fucking obvious, man. You know, there's no way I'm.
Reese.
But then you listen to it again, it's like, yeah, this is.
It's like crack, isn't it? That
It
song.
is.
You really can listen to it over and over and over again. One of the first ringtones I paid for and downloaded. Tetris theme. Probably the
wise
first.
investment.
People know that song like we were on a very busy train journey on Saturday night or Friday night, whatever. Fuck, who cares?
And a football fuck stood up on a chair and went, "Come on!"
Well, that was pretty much it. Yeah, we were there. Everyone was. We were quite a big group, and we got there late, so everyone kind of sat in our seats, I think, hoping these guys hadn't turned up. And we got there, and the whole aisle was packed. They were in our seats, trying to move everyone around, and we started a rousing track, because obviously shuffling around. We started a rousing track with Tetris theme, and no one else joined in, but we sung it.
That's weird.
But
weird
they,
that
you
no
could
one
tell
joined
they
in.
knew it because it's that well known.
Well, because they said something like those pricks over there are singing the Tetris
those
theme.
Tetris twats.
I still want to go to like a
Terrible
sort of
Tetris twats.
expo or something, like cosplayers like the LPs from Tetris or like the square piece.
Well, we've always wanted Mark Dallimore to dress as the Lion Piece.
The line piece.
Can you imagine it? We said just come into work dressed as that and shuffle in between two people and sit down. And he wasn't up for it.
Yeah,
weird.
Tetris theme is yeah.
It's a great one, yeah.
Again, now talk about a song that non-gamers will know, and it's the Tetris theme.
That's
I mean,
it, man.
How did
That
they
trumps
know?
Mario.
Because it was
Definitely.
the Farmville of the day, you know. Mums played Tetris on
What's
Tetris
the
on
Farmville
GameCube.
music?
My point is, it was the game equivalent. The game equivalent.
Yeah.
So now it's all these mums are playing Farmville games, or whatever the fuck Nick makes it his company. I'm sorry, that was a low blow. I just hate you.
Cannibal. He's making Cannibal.
Cannibal. Yeah, but yeah. So back in the day, like mums would either buy Game Boys just for Tetris, because don't forget it came
Yeah,
bundled
my
with
mum
it,
did.
or they'd play on their kids' Game Boys. But yeah, I mean Tetris was the game that non-gamers were most familiar with, I think, because it's a game, it's a puzzle game, and that people can easily slide into that.
My mum was a bit more
Head
niche
first.
and a bit more underground. She preferred columns. So I've got the
My
music
dad
for that
liked
embedded
columns.
in my head. Yeah.
What was the columns music?
It's like.
No, it's good. That would make our top 50. I don't think.
It's a good tune. It's a good tune.
Tetris theme.
If we're up to number 1 now, if that's a Final Fantasy piece of music, I'm going to go fucking spare.
Here's the rundown.
Okay.
Number 20.
Portal still alive.
Number 19.
Facility theme, GoldenEye.
Number 18.
Underground theme, Super Mario Brothers.
Number 17.
Streets of Rage 2, Under Logic.
Number 16.
Super Mario Brothers, Overworld theme.
15.
Bucky O'Hare, Level 2.
14.
VVV, Pushing Onwards.
13.
Pokemon theme, Pokemon.
12.
Epona theme, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time.
11.
Silver Surfer, Level 1.
10.
Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Dark World theme.
9.
Street Fighter 2, Ryu's theme.
8.
Street Fighter 2, Ken's theme.
7.
Green Hill Zone, Sonic the Hedgehog.
6.
Overworld theme, Zelda series.
5.
Star Fox, Corneria.
4.
Opening theme, Streets of Rage 2.
3.
DK Island Swing, Donkey Kong Country.
2.
Tetris theme, Tetris.
What's number 1?
What's in the one? Ocarina of Time, Gerudo Valley.
Oh, shit!
Not a single Final
shit.
Fantasy track.
Not
on
a
there.
single Final Fantasy
Mission
track made it.
accomplished.
Oh,
Brilliant.
thank God for
Kind
that.
of sad for those guys, but kind of amazing. Gerudo Valley, yeah. Well,
It's a worthy winner,
I was
man. Like-
surprised when I saw it had won. I was like, but also not surprised because it was on loads of people's list.
Well, we were discussing it earlier on as one of the forgotten tracks to maybe the less initiated gamers or
It's
whatever.
further into the game as well. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've played the Deku Tree about 15 times, but I've probably played Gerudo Valley twice, if that.
Yeah.
Maybe not even
I
twice.
mean,
Fun.
I think like it's an outstanding piece of music at one of the best parts in the game as well. You know, that's what makes it.
Again, totally just it's exactly fitting the environment as well. It's all kind of Arabian Night sandstorms, and it just feels so good.
Well, it's so good that we, during Epona's song, we were talking about Gerudo Valley.
yeah, but kind of rightly so.
Wow, what a list.
Yeah.
What's that list?
What a winner as well. A good winner as well.
It is
Yeah.
a worthy winner. It's a
Yeah,
worthy
not
winner.
too on too
Number
obvious.
0 is One Winged Angel from Final Fantasy 7.
Not
Wanna hear that
not
play
his
now?
game music. Amazing, right? Throw some songs at me. I'll tell you where it came. Anyone interested in anything? You know where DuckTales came?
Yeah, what that
24th.
24th.
Yeah,
I
not
rated
bad,
it
huh?
quite highly.
Not bad, huh?
So
I thought that was pretty good.
Bubble
Nice.
Bubble, man. That should have
Bubble
been
Bubble got
top
a
3.
Bubble Bubble got a lot of love from a lot of people. I think some people will just. I think there was a few
Do-do-do-do-do.
ones in there. Some people screwed it. I think.
I
didn't swung anyway.
I didn't give Bubble Bubble 1. So I put the Excite Bike track quite
Did ya?
low. Yeah.
Was it because it went on for like 3 minutes as well?
So one song I give a shout out to is Baba Yetu from Civ 4.
Well, it won a BAFTA.
I wasn't sure if it was.
Doesn't
their
need any
favourite
praise from
song.
us. Yeah.
yeah.
Like
So if you want to make your day at work go quicker, on the episode page, which if you're listening to this through iTunes is obviously readygamefire.co.uk, go to the episode page. On there we're going to link our top 20 playlist, but we're also going to be a little bit vain and give you the 4 playlists from the 4 guys who are on this podcast.
because we deserve it. We've been here for you.
And they're quite diverse lists, so there's some diamonds in all of those
If you guys take all of our lists, rate and reverse all the orders, rank them for us, send them back to me. I'll put a list and make a no. I won't.
We'll do this again for episode 60.
I'll make a user's choice. User's choice.
Chris, have you got Bubble Bubble on your list?
It wasn't on my list.
No, it was
no.
yours.
Oh
and
man,
Kai's.
so
No,
it's,
it's Kai's
it's
and
not
Wings,
on mine.
Kai's and Wings,
So
Kai's
like
and
no
Wings.
one on the website's going to have the. Go to YouTube, type in C64 Bubble Bubble and listen to 5 minutes of VGM porn.
And then lock someone in a room that you don't like and pump it through on loop
Yeah.
till they'll tell you anything that you want to know after that point. Also on the website page you'll find the picture of the dog dressed like Fox McCloud that we all found hilarious.
That's fucking brilliant, man. I'm gonna look at that again.
That was our top 20 video game musics of all time. What's yours?
Nice song, isn't it?
Hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you will enjoy listening to the tracks as well. Like I said, find our playlist and our individual 4 playlists on the episode page. Thanks very much for listening to episode 30 of the Ready Game Fire podcast. Please can you like us on Facebook? Please can you follow us on Twitter? And please could you rate, review and subscribe to us on iTunes. All 3 of those things that you can do for us help us out greatly. So please do it if you like.
200 likers on Facebook, aren't we? We're getting there.
We're on 179, but we need more. So please help us out. Tell your friends if you've got any friends who are interested in games
Or music.
Tell them about or music. Tell them about this podcast. We're going to close out with a brilliant suggestion by Jamie Rathbone because he mentioned this earlier on, and we've just spoken about how great the Streets of Rage music is. We're going to close out with the Streets of Rage 2 credits music. So it's goodbye from me, Chris. Goodbye from Jamie.
All right.
Goodbye from Mike.
Let's beat it.
Goodbye from Nick.
Goodbye.
See ya. Ready, game, fire.
Ready, game, fire.